My name is Focus Rat, and I'm here to teach you everything I know about film production, indie filmmaking, and content creation in general. Every film crew has a particular hierarchy and different approach when it comes to film production. These are greatly influenced by the number of people involved, budget, as well as the location and country in which the production takes place. With that said, there are a few basic guidelines that every filmmaker should keep in mind in order to fit in and efficiently operate within any film crew. Let's get to it. Understanding above-the-line and below-the-line positions in filmmaking will not only help ease the anxiety of all the fresh-faced filmmaking rookies, but it will also make the seasoned professionals, like me, understand the role and structure of every department. Above the line refers to the core team who are responsible for all the major creative decisions. It refers to a handful of people that want to bring the story to life and make the film a reality. These are the individuals who are signed with a fixed salary or profit share before the pre-production begins and are rarely replaced mid-production, unless there's a good reason for it, like covering yourself in cheese and running around naked on the set at 5 a.m. Financially speaking, they are ranking in the big bucks, but also have the most to lose when it comes to their reputation if the project flops. The below-the-line crew usually includes everyone who's paid hourly and is involved with the project during the production and post-production phase. Think of the definition of above-the-line and below-the-line as a tool that helps you budget and prepare accordingly. It's important to leave funds for both of these teams and juggle them in as balanced manner as possible. If the majority of the resources are dedicated to above-the-line positions, such as hiring A-list celebrities, then the art direction, editing, and camera work will suffer, creating a subpar film and sometimes even animosity between the two groups. If it's the other way around and the below-the-line crew gets all the love, then the film can lose its direction and vision, the main actors and directors can feel unappreciated, and the whole project can lose its momentum. It's important to budget in a such way that there is focus on both equally. And remember, at the end of the day, all these teams are filled with people who like to be treated with respect and dignity. Let's talk above the line, or ATL. Above the line positions usually are the following: producers, directors, screenwriters, and main actors. Let's take a quick look at them. The producer is responsible for coming up with the story and the direction of the movie, securing financing, budgeting, and distribution, as well as hiring the most of the above-the-line crew. They have the final say in all the aspects of the movie. Directors are at the top of the creative hierarchy and are responsible for creating a vision and making sure everybody sticks to it, from the actors to the sound designers. Screenwriters are in charge of the script, including the nuances of the story, characters, and dialogue. When it comes to talent, I highly doubt that there is much explaining for me to do. All I can say that it's often recommended to talk with their assistants and give them the most amount of privacy, respect as possible, because they are under enormous pressure during shooting and rehearsal. For camera and focus marking purposes, production oftentimes hires so-called stand-in actors who have similar height and build to the A-list celebrities. I'm gonna mention that cinematographers are more and more often allocated above-the-line positions, especially if they have a cult following. It's worth mentioning that in special effects-heavy movies, the visual effects supervisor can also be a part of the ATL team. Holy crap. Jeez. Damn it. Below the line or BTL crew only start working in the production stage of any given project. The most common below-the-line positions in no particular order are production manager, who manages most of the administrative stuff in production, including hiring the majority of the below-the-line crew. First and second assistant directors, who are the foot soldiers of the director. Their job is to ensure that every shot is done efficiently and professionally. PA or personal assistants. Although it's considered an entry-level position, PAs are the backbone of any film set. They are the Swiss Army knife of production and amongst many other tasks are responsible for taking care of the talents in between takes, providing the efficient flow of information between departments, or even blocking off specific areas from the public while having a smile on their faces. Now we are going to talk about my favorite department, the camera crew. Camera operator. During indie and low-budget productions, we often use the terms cinematographer or director of photography and camera operator interchangeably. But in professional environment, they are separate. The cinematographer or director of photography focuses on working closely with the director and the rest of the camera crew, as well as the electrical department, to achieve the right framing, camera movements, and lighting for any given shot. While the camera operators physically operate the camera. Drone and Steadicam operators. As self-explanatory as it can get, there are camera operators specializing in either drone or Steadicam operation. First assistant camera or focus puller. Since professional cinema cameras and lenses are designed with an assistant in mind, it is the responsibility of the first AC to dial in the camera settings, synchronize the timecode, and most importantly, keep the image in focus during shooting with the help of a follow focus system and years of hard work and experience. Second assistant camera or second ACs. They operate the clapperboard, keeping the camera report up to date, marking the position of the actors using markers to help the job of the first AC when it comes to focus pulling, as well as loading the proprietary memory cards or film stock into the camera and keeping an eye on them. Camera trainee, as its name suggests, usually involves someone who's at the beginning of his or her filmmaking journey. Trainees help the first and second AC prepare and clean the equipment and keep an eye on the camera batteries. You might hear the term G&E on the set, which refers to the grip and electric departments as a single unit. Let's start with the electric department. We have the Gaffer, who oversees everything related to lighting and electrical infrastructure, and it's the head of the department. This position requires impeccable and straight communication skills, as it can involve dozens of people and heavy equipment. The next in line is the best boy electric, which can refer to males as well as females. The best boy's job is to manage the lighting and electrical technicians, rent and maintain the equipment, as well as schedule all according to the Gaffer's plans. Moving on to the grip department. The grips are responsible for fixing lighting and structural elements, as well as providing and operating camera moving equipment such as tripods or dollies. The head of this unit is the key grip, who, similarly to the electrical department, relies on the bass boy grip to efficiently plan and execute all the rigging-related tasks. The ones below the bass boy are usually referred to as grips, and are the ones who do the most of the heavy lifting during a busy day on the set. Let's also take a quick look at the people responsible for making the movie sound awesome. The sound department. The big boss in this crew is the production sound mixer, who monitors and dials in all the audio recorded by the field soldiers, also known as boom operators, and sound assistants, also known as utility technicians. Speaking of the props, the art department is responsible for creating the universe of the production, closely working with the director. The production designer is involved with sketching up the set design in the pre-production stage of a movie and has a great amount of authority when it comes to set design, costumes and props, basically everything that adds to the visual identity of the film. The art department includes an art director who follows the guidelines of the production designer and manages the subdivisions such as the set designers, builders, carpenters, set decorators, and prop masters. You might also meet animal handlers, weapon masters, or green man whose sole job is to arrange and upkeep the plants and trees used on the set. The wardrobe department is referred to many times as the costume department. The most common setup consists of a costume designer, costume supervisor, and set costumers, who are the ones dressing up the actors. In addition to this department can also include shoppers or renters who are sourcing the needed costumes. Costume coordinators keep a close eye on the allocated budget and wardrobe-related accounting in big-budget films. It's also becoming trendy to have an on-set tailor ready to fix any wardrobe malfunctions. Let's move on, people. The digital imaging technician, aka the DIT, is responsible for monitoring the camera settings to ensure the image looks as good as possible, while also doing quality control such as double-checking the focus and making sure nothing unwanted came into the frame, such as a rogue boom pole. Lastly, let's not forget about the beating heart of the film set. The only reason nobody revolts and cannibalism can be avoided: the catering crew. They are responsible for feeding this complicated machine, along with their little cousin, the crafty, who brings snacks and drinks to the front line. In all this commotion, let's not forget about the script supervisor, who has the job of helping the actors out in case they have trouble with the dialogue. While also keep an eye on all the continuity-related aspects of the shoot, such as props, wardrobe, hair, and makeup. In essence, that's above the line versus below the line. Two must-known terms when it comes to film production and budgeting. Knowing and keeping them in mind will bring your idea into reality in an efficient and budget-friendly way. At Focusrite, we set out to give our most precious product, our knowledge, out for free. So please consider subscribing to this channel as well as liking the video. If you want to shop around for professional-grade cinematography-related products, or just want to read a few blogs on filmmaking written by me, be sure to head over to Focusrite.com. Link in the description. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. Bye-bye.